Oh, there you go. All right, now we should be live. Hi, I am Kara858, and today we're here for episode 6 of Rivenwood Academy. But here at the Cookout, as always, we like to give love and support to different individuals in the community. We like to shout out different Twitch channels, YouTube channels, etc. So you could perhaps follow them, support them on their endeavors, and check out some of the content that they release. So first, we definitely like to give a shout out for a good friend of ours. His name is Adrian Bear, who runs a Twitch and YouTube channel known as The Bear Pen. For those who don't know, he actually comes by on Saturdays for our It's Our World campaign, who plays the character Achilles. In his Twitch channel, he has D&D content. He has Vampire the Masquerade, where a couple of us actually play that campaign. And he has more shows coming up on the horizon. He's a great individual, LGBT. He also has I can't talk about that. But nevertheless, he definitely has some projects coming up in the near future, which he would definitely release. And he just recently became an affiliate, so he now is able to get subscribers, emotes, and that's thankfully he was able to reach that aspect. So
let's go,
Adrian. Much congratulations on that. Yes. So looking forward to that, and I'm pretty sure the sky is the limit for this individual. So if you can, definitely give him a follow and support them on their endeavors. The second group we would like to give a shout out for is actually Hunters Entertainment. For those who don't know, Hunters Entertainment is a variety TTRPG show that leans towards the horror content. You'll see well-known individuals from the TTRPG community like Melee Damage, Markia McCarty, Michelle Nguyen, Alexander. Quite a few individuals for the community comes through that show, those shows. It's excellent content, and especially they've actually been supporting us recently with a few raids. They're just a great organization overall. And Alex, which is one of the individuals from who does behind the scenes for the Hunters Entertainment, actually also plays in the Bear Pens content. So if you can, definitely go ahead and give a follow and support Hunters Entertainment. The last person we like to give a shout out for is always a good friend of mine. Her name is Rosebell Arts. She is an artist that I met when I first started talking about when I first got into Twitch. She was actually playing a Plague Tale Innocence, which was one of my favorite games at that time, having no idea she was actually an artist. And then she started showing off some of her art on stream. During that time, she was just an affiliate. She was slowly starting to grow, and now she's a full-blown partner with over 10,000 followers and tons of subscribers, and she's getting all the support and love that she deserves, all of it. So if you can, definitely go ahead and give Rosebell Arts a follow and support her on her endeavors. So those are almost all the shout-outs that we have. Next, we would like to go down the list and introduce our players. Unfortunately, one of our players was not able to make it today. So, hopefully you're doing well, and we'll look forward to seeing you in next time. We'll start on top with Mizzy. Mizzy, would like to talk a little bit about yourself, plug your socials and any projects that you're working on.
Hi, everybody. I'm Morgan or Mimsy. First of all, happy Pride Month, everybody. I got my little human shirt on. Very fun. I play Miri. Hopefully she doesn't get everybody in trouble. I don't know. She might feel mischievous today. You can find me on Instagram and Twitter at ptkeen_arts. And currently, I don't have many projects, but I have been working on a lot of art that I have been posting to my social media recently. So it'd be super cool if y'all could check that out.
Awesome. Like I said, if you want to see a sample of some of her artwork, you can join our Discord. You can see she just posted this fantastic image. When I was looking through the Discord, I was actually seeing that recent image. I originally thought it was a art piece for like Tusk Love that you saw on like one of the fan art content. It was incredible. I was like, the backgrounds, chef's kiss. So yeah, definitely give her a follow on both her Instagram as well as her Twitter, because she's a fantastic artist and will only get better as time progresses. So next, we have our DM, Aaron. Aaron, if you'd like to talk a little bit about yourself, plug your socials, any projects you're working on.
Hi, I'm super excited it's Pride Month.
Yay!
I
I'm sorry.
yeah, no, all the A's.
Remember the frown sounded.
Gosh, I don't really have anything to share today. I'm excited for this session. I'm happy when I play in Zach's wonderful It's Our World game. Like, we'll see what happens.
Yes. Fantastic. So next, we're going to make our way down. Ursa, you'd like to talk a little bit about yourself, plug any socials, and any projects you're working on.
You got it, Chief. What up, y'all? Most of y'all know me. Most of y'all know what I try to do. The struggle beats live on. I am working on something, but as to the nature of it, I can't tell you. You're going to have to tune into this very channel to find out the nature of what I'm working on. And unless it's a different channel, big dog, I don't know. but yeah, I'm just happy I'm here playing Otis, everybody's favorite half orc with a problem.
Yes, well, everyone except for Micah's mom. I think Micah's mom has a vendetta against him now. But yeah, Ursa's fantastic. He makes fantastic music. He actually made both of our theme songs for Rivenwood Academy as well as It's Our World.
Thank you.
So yeah, he's a great individual, and so looking forward to see the next hit that he might be able to release. Next, we have Fell Flames. You'd like to talk a little bit about yourself, plug your socials and projects you're working on.
Sure. My name is Felled Flames, or Zach. You can find me on Twitter at ZHaloMusings, and my talents include being incapable of enumerating my talents.
Oh, don't even start. Don't even start.
I love this bit. Like, it's absolutely incredible. Like, my greatest strength is being horrible at talking about myself. It's great. But yeah, definitely follow him. He's a fantastic writer. He's been, both him as well as Aaron has been helping me out on a project that will be coming up for Snowstorm Comics. And like I said, he is incredible. Came up with so many great ideas. So again, look forward to his content because his writing is top notch. As for myself, I am Kira858. We have Rivenwood Academy here. We have It's Our World. We soon will have a new project be releasing on this channel in the near future. I can tell you now, the time is near. Almost everything is configured and set up. We just got a few more things to wrap up, and then I cannot wait to show you all and expose you all to some of the things that we're actually planning on doing in the near future. Besides that, of course, we have artwork that's going to be coming back on our stream. And as a Die Hard Dice affiliate, we're now in the month of June. So we have a new product that you'll be able to get from Die Hard Dice. Is actually a 2-for-1 scroll. This scroll allows you to be able to place dice in it, as well as be used to be rolled upon. So it's multifunctional. The artwork is absolutely fantastic.
That's dope.
Yeah, right. It's great. I actually have it. One day I'll post a picture of it so everyone can see. It's a great dice. The artwork on it is fantastic, and it already has a discount where it's like half off at the moment. So you can put my code, which is Draw June, on top of that code to even get a bigger discount from this scroll. So it's a great piece, and not only that, but supporting that will also help send support for yours truly, where I could be able to provide you with more quality content and so forth and so on. So with that said, I think that is all the announcements that we have for right now. So let's go ahead and bring our introduction for episode 6 of Rivenwood Academy.
Micah, Ardris, Meaty, Calvin, Otis. Behold the spellbinding abilities of Rivenwood Academy.
Okay, we should now be back. Yes. For also those who don't know, I got a new device, the Wave 3, which is has a better sound, but configuration is a little bit more complicated, so it might be a bit of a delay. But nevertheless, the DM Aaron, go ahead and take it away.
Yeah.
All right. So we've made it through a couple days now at Rivenwood Academy. We are, most of us, waking up after a restful night of sleep, after an aborted attempt to break into the library and a successful attempt at like home intrusion. Everyone kind of went back to the dorms. Micah was left waiting on his own for Chancellor Rosani never showed back up at their home. Ardris is, I guess, maybe a little under the weather. He's hanging out maybe in his room a bit. And Kellen is exhausted. The morning has come to you. You are heading in, getting your breakfast. You'll be heading in with Mardam today for some defensive magics. This one's going to be a quick one, but if any of you have anything you want to do before that class starts, let me know.
Well, Otis' state of being after his nightmare last time. He probably would he spend the spell slot pass? Come back to me. I gotta think about it.
All right. Otis is having a crisis of like existential proportions.
Oh
How
yeah.
the rest of you doing?
Like you might actually hear him screaming in his room. Like it's that bad for Otis.
Oh, if Miri hears him scream, she's gonna go see what's up.
Well, you can knock down the door, bust down the door, whatever you want to do.
Miri will knock. Like, Otis, are you okay?
You just hear, ah!
That doesn't sound okay.
Ah!
Can I come in?
Like, yeah, he's had a serious breakdown.
Is your door locked or latched in any way that she would not be able to enter?
It's closed but unlocked. Yeah.
Okay. She's like, okay, I'm going to come in now.
So as you enter, you see Otis is laying in the bed and his eyes are darting around the room. It's very clear that he's not seeing what you see, which is a normal freaking room. You do notice that Azarath is like perched as far away from Otis as it can get, like up kind of in the rafters, and seems to be looking like with some worry, like hopping around, but isn't anywhere close. Other than that, you don't see any problems.
She'll go over and try to like poke him.
Well, Otis was swatting the hand away, not necessarily being quite aware of what's happening. And he's just like, no, it's everywhere. It's everywhere. Not again. Not again.
Otis, what are you talking about?
Can't you smell it? Can't you see it? It's fire everywhere. I'm not gonna let it happen to me again.
Otis, there's no fire.
You would have to really like persuade him or whatever you would have to do to calm him down.
If she like sits on the bed and tries to like comfort him, will he swat her away?
You don't know until you try.
Right. I'll roll against you. It's your call, Aaron. I love to roll dice for this.
Well, do you want to try to calm him down? Is that your goal?
Her goal is to calm him down because like she doesn't see anything wrong. She just wants to know like
Tell me how
on.
you want to approach that.
Well, he did swat her hand away, so she'll just like sit on like the side of the bed, and then she'll try and like reach out for like his hand, like very like gently.
So you're going with like tactile, like
yeah, just like showing like it's okay. There's like nothing going on.
Okay, go ahead and roll. I'll say you can roll persuasion against Otis your insight.
Oh, okay. Good luck.
Oh.
Eh,
It's
Ooh, let's see what'd you get.
I got a 19.
Altogether?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, 25.
So you're doing this, and it's not really helping. Like you feel pretty confident that like if he was in the right state of mind, like this would have, been meaningful, maybe even towards him. But right now, he's not really seeing it. Otis, on the other hand, trying to interpret this kind of new stimulus with like her actually like physically making contact with you does bring you into the room proper. So it kind of pulls you out of your head. You're getting a good flash of insight that this was a nightmare.
Got it. So yeah, Otis is just gonna heavy breathing. Rabbit?
At this point, she doesn't really care. It's like, yeah, that's me. Are you okay? You've been screaming this whole time.
What I was? I thought I didn't say anything stupid, did I?
You talked about the fire?
Forget you heard that.
Oh no! How am I supposed to forget that? I heard that you were panicking.
Well, look, it's something that happened to me a while ago. I don't exactly like to talk about it. Where's the food? Wrath? Like he's trying to avoid.
Azrath's freaked out. Azrath's up in the little rafter area and little like nest, and like is watching you in the way that a spooked animal is watching someone.
All right, in that case, since we had a full rest, yeah, I can switch my spell slot around. So, Otis.
While you're doing that, okay. I'm gonna check in with Kellen. Kellen, you did not sleep last night. You definitely heard all of this screaming going on and the resulting noise right now. Is there anything you want to do about that?
Kellen has a thermos of liquid and his dagger.
Oh, no.
And he is currently heating the thermos of liquid using green flame blade, just like kind of mindlessly waving the flaming green dagger under the thermos.
Oh, it's like the room was no hot plates. You didn't say anything about daggers. I got this. Yeah. What room are you in? Are you in your room or are you like in the common area?
No, yeah, he's in his room doing this while like now finally eating the food that Miri gave him like last night.
Oh no!
Poor Kellen. Otis?
Otis is gonna turn to Miri and go like, got any food or something?
Not on me, but I mean, we can go down to see if they've brought out any food.
Yeah, all right, Aaron, would Otis just have like a scrap of food on him? Because knowing Otis, he's a pig, especially at the academy. So would he just have like a crumb of something?
I mean, yeah, sure. You've got like a ration or something.
All right, Otis will pull that out and cast Animal Friendship on Azarath.
Okay.
And calm her down. It says that you don't mean her any harm, everything like that.
It takes a little bit of time because like it was really upsetting. Mm-hmm. But eventually Azarath is now sitting like on the bed a little ways away from you, pecking at the food a little bit. Still skittish, but like it's clear that it's not on you. Like it's not like Azarath is afraid of you.
Right.
It's just the scenario.
He's just like, I had to calm down my bird. I don't need to take Wrath through that. She doesn't need to go through that again either.
Miri doesn't really know what to say because he's like, don't say anything, and then he's talking about it, but then he doesn't want anybody to know about it. So she's just, I guess I'm. Are you going to be okay?
I think so. I don't exactly know. Haven't had one of these in a long time.
Well, did something happen? If you haven't had these in a long time, maybe something, I guess, what's the word? Triggered it.
Well, gee, I don't know. I mean, I was in the chancellor's room last night. He would say it just like that too.
He's like, wait, like with Micah?
Did I say that?
Oh,
Because of course he's still upset about his interaction between himself and Micah.
okay. So what you're saying is that you went to the chancellor's room without Micah and lived?
Well, I'm still here, right? Maybe she did it. Maybe she's the one who produced the night horses. The tree told us about this.
Oh, the tree. Maybe we should talk about this to Micah?
You can if you want.
It's not really my decision. It's something that's happening to you.
Otis scoffs and then starts making his way toward the food.
Yeah, with everything that's going on, you know that the time is quickly drawing near to class starting, so you're gonna have to.
Okay, straight to class then.
run.
Yeah.
Like you can swing by. Like today's a bunch of like different fruit displays, so it's less like cooked food and more like you can grab yourself an assortment of fruit.
Is Mary able to drag Kellen to class? Because she'll skip eating breakfast to make sure that he gets out of that room.
Well, Kellen, is Mary able to drag you out?
Yeah. He opens the door and you see him like, yeah.
Blade and everything. What? Is this a new project that you're working on?
I'm heating up my tea.
Oh. First of all, what a rudimentary way to heat up tea. Oh. Like, okay, well, we do have class soon, so, I'm trying to get you to leave your room, which I hope you did yesterday, and I want you to do it again, so you can come to class.
Which class are we having today? He like finally looks up and makes eye contact with me. Like, what class?
You know that today is defensive magics.
Okay, so what's the defensive magic one again, you know? The same one?
Oh yeah. Yeah, I'll be right there.
Mary will not move away from the door until she sees him leave.
He like keeps going for a second, heating up the tea, and then he like holds up the dagger in front of his face and is like, and then he goes and sets that on the desk instead of bringing it back to class. And then he walks out and is like, okay, I'm ready.
Oh.
All right, so each of the three of our members who are in the dorm room are heading their way to class. Micah, you know that class is about to start. What are you doing?
So the chancellor has not returned all night, correct?
Mm-mm.
Is that not saying normal, but does she occasionally do that? Would she be out for like an all-night circumstance like this? Or is this a rarity?
It's not unheard of.
Okay.
Like, if something really big is happening, she might need it. This would be the first time that she's taken off and hasn't let you know to not expect her back. So it's a little bit unusual in that circumstance. But because of your unique makeup, she doesn't feel like you can't take care of yourself in this situation. So, yeah, it's the lack of notice that is more noticeable than the actually being gone.
So Michael will kind of like, when he realizes class is about to start, he looks around the room one more time just to make sure that somehow he didn't miss something. And then once he realized that he goes across the entire establishment just to double check. And then when he realized he's not crazy and that she really isn't there the entire time, but she just didn't let him know, he kind of looks down, thinks to himself like what could have happened. But then he realized, well, she would probably be upset if he doesn't go to class. So
are you just looking around, or are you taking the time to like properly investigate the room?
oh, he properly investigated
An
everything.
investigation check.
Oh, okay.
Let's go.
Beep, beep. Oh, that would have been good. That was a 7 on the dice, so that's probably a 9. Yeah, that's a 9.
Okay. It doesn't appear that she took anything with her. That's what you get out of a 9.
Okay.
Is that when you're looking around, like, it doesn't look like she's gathered like components or a bag that would, like, if it was going to be a long trip or something like that. Everything seems to be just as it was when you were last in the room before she left.
Okay. So at least upon that at least gathering that he would hope that she wouldn't be gone for long. And from taking that as solace, he kind of makes his way over to the defense class.
Cool. As you all show up at the defense class, you see Mardam there, and she quickly makes the glyph on the outside that makes kind of a rocky, foresty scene on the inside as you step in. And she's like, all right, you ready?
Ready for what?
Class. Naturally.
Micah nods.
Oh,
You are missing 1. Is that going to be a problem?
I don't think so. I don't know what is up with him, but we should manage.
We'll talk, 'cause that's lesson 3. Lesson 1. And she casts Fireball at the team. I'm going to need everyone to make a dex save.
Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah, we don't have enough time to react, so yeah, we gotta let's go.
Yep.
Dex save.
Let's
Okay.
roll.
Yeah, it's probably not enough.
Start, and then I get
15
to
for
add-
Otis.
Oh, okay, that's much better.
Oh, that's only if I feel it initially.
That is a 21 for me.
How'd you get a 21 with them stubby legs?
No, you must have saw it coming. He's the master of the elements, I guess. He rolled a 19 and a +2.
I got a 19. I rolled a 16, but
Nice.
19.
Oh, okay.
Zach.
Okay.
Oh, it's about
Even-
time, man.
even with that, this tiredness,
Yeah.
he is nimble as a cat still.
Otis gotta hold that L.
Can I spend a reaction after Kellen tries to dodge out of the way?
Quite possibly. Give me 1 second. I'm just double checking the DC to see who gets
Yeah.
hit.
Yeah.
If Miri fails, I do get to add a D4 because of one of my racial abilities.
Okay, so the save is going to be 18.
Yeah, Otis
she
is taking
passes.
an L.
Okay, so
Oh.
for those of you who succeeded, you're going to be taking 12 points. If you failed, you take 25.
So can I take
Oh
my
my
reaction
gosh.
since I passed?
Yeah. What's your reaction?
Kellen holds his thermos down to the dissipating heat from the fireball. to
Oh
try to warm it up.
no!
That is
Otis,
true.
are you up still?
No, he failed the check. So, well, oh yeah, you're talking about is he unconscious? No, he's
Health
good.
wise.
Still
Oh,
got
yeah.
health.
No. Health wise,
Yeah.
you're good. Yeah. Okay. So
Wait, how much was it again?
Mardam looks at each of you, and you notice that fireball has been cast through her warhammer. She's got this sick-looking warhammer that's in like this dark metal with like red inlay. And she goes, "Lesson 1: know that you're defended." And so this entire class, she's gonna be putting you through. How do you keep alert and aware?
Mhm.
So she starts off with this, and then it's going to kind of devolve into various different combat scenarios. She'll put you through like walking through like a foresty area, walking through a rocky area. She's like, where can you look? Where can you find like where the danger's coming from? This whole lesson is just about being aware and alert so that you're not caught off guard. So I'm not going to make you combat all of that out because I do want us to progress a little bit faster today.
You got it.
But you are leaving the class magically exhausted. It's just she's requiring a lot of things that would require you to cast spells.
How do you want that to affect us statistically, if at all?
As in, we are out of slots.
As in, you are out of slots, so you can still use cantrips, no problem. But it is a long morning of her putting you into increasingly perilous things, and so instead of you getting knocked out and breathe back in so many times, I'll just say your spell slots out.
Otis can't catch a break this morning.
Poor dude.
Playing with fire, my dude.
Mm-hmm.
That's what happens.
Literally.
He's a wildfire druid, like the heck.
All right, after that happens, you are aware you spend a little bit of time after lunch helping Drogon move some stuff around, like just general basic stuff around the campus. You are aware that sometime this week you need to surprise Alfred Bloom with some sort of illusion as part of your History of Magics class. And you can spend time working on your enchanting class as well. I believe that Otis and Miri need to roll your completion if you spend time on it today.
Okay. If we have time to do that, I'll go for it.
Yeah.
So I'm going to say you spend like the first part of the afternoon doing various busy work for Drogon, moving stuff, planning stuff, etc., etc.
Yeah.
And then for that last half, you can choose. What are you working on? Are you working on illusions or are you working on enchantment?
I'll work on enchantment.
We're also working on enchantment.
Okay.
So D20 plus our spellcasting modifier?
No. For both of
Okay.
you, it is your wisdom or charisma, whatever your spellcasting ability is, but no proficiency.
Got it.
Okay.
All right. Come on, Otis Red.
What is it? What is it?
Okay. Is 14 enough?
One moment, I'm double checking because I don't want to say yes or no and be wrong.
Wrong.
For a cantrip on ring. Yes. That is
Okay.
See if Mary gets it. Ooh. Alright, hold up. I gotta get up my calculator because my brain doesn't work today. I got a 17.
Yeah, you're good.
Nice.
Yeah,
Sweet.
so both of you are able to spend the extra time to complete your rings of message. Now, both of you have this. You can cast message at will within a range of like 30.
30 feet? Okay.
Sweet.
Yeah, 30 feet.
So it's not the full 120. Gotcha.
Yeah.
Okay.
Message normally goes 60, I think, but it's slightly shorter because like you are sacrificing some of how the spell itself works in order to enchant it into an item.
It's 120 feet. So we put 60 or 30?
I'll say
Well.
60 then.
Okay.
Okay.
Thank you.
Yes, thank you.
Half range. Okay.
Kellen, what about you? And Micah, what about you?
Kellen no longer feels capable of making progress on his enchanting class, so he is going to try to take a short rest for arcane recovery if he is able to.
Sure. Absolutely.
And then he is going to go to the classroom to demonstrate an illusion spell.
Okay.
He casts invisibility on himself, bumps into like 3 desks as he walks over to the professor and taps him on the shoulder from behind.
Oh, no.
Oh, Kelly. As you tap Professor Alfred Kloom on the shoulder, he's kind of looking at where your eyes would be. And You can see a level of concern on his face, given your current exhausted appearance. Mr. Blitz, what's going on with you? This is very irregular.
Do most people not cast invisibility for this project? He kind of has like a glazed look over his face, like he has no idea what the professor's talking about.
It is an illusion, but given your otherwise excellent progress from what I've seen, I expected something a little bit more unique. But again, I'm more concerned about you than I am about the project. When was the last time you slept?
Helen pauses for like a full 5 seconds, like,
I felt that too, Doc.
Oh no.
and then states an exact number of hours and minutes.
Oh goodness, let's see. It's mid-afternoon, so you're going to be nearing like 40-ish hours.
Yeah, because she woke up like 7 a.m. for breakfast the day before. Yeah. Like 40 hours and 27, 28, 20. I really should know exactly. Somewhere about 30 minutes.
I'm going to be just very honest with you, Mr. Blitz. The pressures of coming to an academy can be detrimental to some students. There is an internal compulsion towards excellence, which in the right scenario is phenomenal. It can drive you to great heights. But I see this especially with the more intellectually minded students of the arcane, that they tend towards burnout.
I haven't felt any pressure since my feet landed from the teleportation thingy that makes you go woo, shoo, like that. I don't think I burned my tea, so I'm not sure what you're talking about.
I understand. I understand. What I would like to suggest is that you head to your dorm and you take a rest. Maybe just start now and wake up in the morning. And I need you to make a wisdom saving throw at disadvantage.
Dang.
Ooh.
13, which is actually pretty good considering the circumstance.
Yeah, this is
The
curse is
Let's
lifted.
go out on a limb and say it's not going to be good enough.
No, it was just a bit shy of what you needed. So he's actually cast suggestion on you as a spell. So you suggest a course of activity that the creature can hear. You're not immune to charms, so you failed your save. You're going to try to do this to the best of your ability. So he suggested go to your dorm, sleep until morning. You will do as well as you can for that.
Helen is like, that does sound like a pretty good idea, and I don't really think I can make progress on my enchanting project right now. Maybe when we come back, you can explain the definition of burnout to me, and then he just like starts to leave.
Oh Lord.
Yeah. Alvic Loom will remind you, like as you're bumping through desks, you may want to drop the invisibility though, because I have a feeling it will be a hazardous trip back if no one can see you to avoid you.
If I could add a bit of flavor, I'm
Absolutely.
gonna say that he goes, oh yeah, and he's like about to when he trips over a desk, breaking his concentration on the enchantment, and he's like, got it.
Well done. Well done.
Because I have in fact been at this level of sleep deprivation before, and it is not good.
All right, so that's Kellen taken care of. Micah, what about you?
So Micah's completed his enchanting task already. So I think Micah's going to do something unique. He's going to go to the library because he believes that's he kind of knows the most besides his mom. What was her name again?
Theophania, or Tiffany for short.
Tiffany, yes. So
her title is archivist, so you'll hear people say, "Oh, the archivist."
So he will look for the archivist Tiffany, to ask some questions.
So you make your way upstairs. You get to that door. You know that no one else was able to enter it yesterday because it's after hours. It's currently hours, and the door recognizes you. The door is semi-sentient, and so the door is like, knock, knock.
Who's there?
Micah, and just open.
and with that, there's a slight smile on his face, just a little quirk on the side.
So when you enter in, so there's a large like the desk for the archivist takes up a lot of the left-hand side of the room, and you know that this is kind of like there is a second larger like library room filled with books that you don't usually go into. They are magical books that are kind of out of the purview of what you need. So in this initial room, there's a couple rooms off of it, like if you want like some privacy to work or study. But here there's a bunch of different types of books that contain stuff about magic but are not magical themselves.
Gotcha.
As well as like just some fiction and stuff. Like it's a pretty well-rounded library.
All right. So he's going to make his way over to the actual desk of Archival Tiffany. Is she actually there?
She is. She's got her head kind of buried in a book right now. One hand is out signing. And as it signs, you can see that there is like a magical quill that is taking notes based on what she's signing as she reads.
I see. So he knows that when he approaches, he kind of slides. I think you would slide your hand forward. I think to indicate that you're there. So he will slide his hand forward in front of her to indicate someone is behind the desk, and then he will sign to her hello.
So she gives you kind of like a 1 minute kind of thing, finishes up what she's doing, blinks like she realizes where she is again, and looks at you and signs back. Oh, hello.
And he will sign.
As you remember, like, just because I'm not sure if everyone remembers this, when she signs, there is like basically magic wall writing captions that helps facilitate translations between her and somebody else who's speaking aloud. So as you, like, if you speak aloud, below where your face is, like, there's kind of an auto translation that this room is worded to create that will write what you have said, and then when she signs back, there's one that is next to her that does the same thing.
Oh, yes. Well, remember, he also is pretty decent when it comes
to some signs. So
yeah.
You get to skip that portion for the signs that you need.
So he's going to sign to her, because to him, actually, signing is easier than talking at the moment. Well, in general. But he's going to sign to her. Do you know anything about broken glass a couple of days ago?
Broken glass. No.
There's somebody try. He'll sign, of course, to her. All of this, of course, is signing, but pretty much talking.
All of this is in sign language.
Yeah. Do you know there's something? Did someone cause like a theft of sorts, or did somebody try to break into something? Because mother seems very upset.
She'll come around from her desk and kind of kneel down so that you're better able to see each other. And she'll gently place a hand kind of on your shoulder as she signs with the other hand, and she'll say, "This isn't really about the theft, right? What's worrying you? What's the problem?"
He'll side back. He heard his mom yell before, which she's never done before. She's always been very calm and collective, and he believes the incident that happened a few days ago seems to be weighing on her. He told him not to worry about it, but he doesn't like to see his mom like this, so he wants to mother like this, so he wants to do something to help. So if you have any information, maybe I can help out with this.
Well, I don't think you should worry about this theft, Micah, but she was yelling at you?
He shakes his head at someone. I think it was Otis, but my roommate or my teammate, but I'm not sure. I'm not for sure because he was outside the door when the yelling happened.
Well, it sounds like maybe you should talk to him about what happened.
He nods.
Listen, I did see her near lunchtime, a little before lunch, and she did seem. And she kind of like she stops and then she starts like making like she's using facial expressions to kind of show mirror Rizani's emotions, and she has this look on her face that is a little bit confused and very like focused. But I think she will be busy with everything, but you're right. Yelling is not normal for her.
So he nods, thinking to himself. He says, "So I'll ask Otis, but is what happened regarding that theft, is it really that big?"
Part of being one of the only truly international magic academies on the continent is that we're a very magical place. We have many important items that would be a problem to not have and a problem for certain other people to have. So it is important, but it's not something you should worry about.
He nods. He says,
I promise you, all of us, all of the professors, all of the staff here, we are helping with this. She's not alone.
and you see him pause for a second, looking down. His cheeks kind of like, blowing up in the air when he's like taking into those words. But he understands the wisdom in her words. It says, "Thank you for talking with me."
You are always welcome here, Micah.
And he nods. If you do decide there's something I can help with, please let me know, just so I can share the burden.
She looks very sad when you say that. Like, you don't even need to roll an insight check. It's a very apparent emotion flash on her face of like feeling very sad that you feel the need to offer that. And then she kind of like, of course. If there's something you can do, I will let you know. Was there anything else you needed here in the library?
He shakes his head, says, "No, I completed my enchanting lessons yesterday. So, thank you. But I will be back soon." Where?
We have a new Quixotic Quincy in the quest for the Grail, if you want to borrow it to read.
And I think that's kind of like the one of the few times you can notice like full-blown expression on his face. Like just like a sudden joke, of his normal stoic behavior, of his eyes widening, and then he couldn't contain his smile. He's like, "Oh."
It's the third book in the series, and you've read the other two. I know you have.
He says, "It's here now."
And she pulls it out she goes back around and she pulls it out from under her desk, like she's clearly been holding onto it for you. Passes it over.
He says, he literally, whatever he was going to do that day, he just stops.
She's got a new mystery to do.
Yep. So he says thank you, and then he sits over to the seat, close seat next to her, and then just starts reading through the book.
And she just goes back to what she was doing. All right.
That was awesome.
This has been the fastest day we've ever done, but it is now time for everyone to start heading to bed, except for Kellen, who's presumably already there.
Better be.
When
God.
everyone returns to well, except for Micah, but when they return to the communal area, there's a note that has been pinned to Kellen's door that says, "Dearest and esteemed friends and colleagues, comma. I was given a very kind and generous suggestion by a very intelligent and wise professor to go to sleep. I will see you all in the morning. Love, Kellen." Except that, like, instead of the letter being written, like, line by line, it is, like, down the page. Exactly like you would envision.
Oh, that is beautiful.
Yeah.
Gorgeous.
Oh God.
Before the night ends, though, even though she knows he's not going to, Miri will put out food in case he ends up waking up.
Aww. Here's
What a
the
kind
best.
gesture.
Here's the mom friend, y'all. Take care of y'all no matter what.
And then y'all want to be mean to her.
Wait, who?
Not Micah. Micah's okay.
Micah, you head back to your
He got his reasons.
and when you get there, there is a note on your bedroom door. And again, you don't have a typical bedroom because you don't need to sleep. But so it's more like a kid's version of an office, where you've just got a whole bunch of things that you're interested in, kind of in a personal space.
Oh, quick question. Am I able to bring that book home? Are those one of those books I can take out? Okay, yeah, he would definitely be carrying that book because I'm pretty sure he didn't finish it. Yeah. All right, awesome. So he sees the note, so he kind of not runs, but definitely hurriedly walks towards the note and reaches up on his tippy toes to grab it. No, he'll use Mage Hand because much easier.
It's a cantrip.
Yeah, exactly. The Mage Hand to grab it and see what it says.
So it says, "Dear Micah, I hope you had a good day in class. I am very busy, but you do not need to worry. I'll see you tomorrow. Love, Mom."
And from there, he smiles. He's there's literally a genuine smile on his face that kind of stays there for a few seconds. And then, of course, the stoic notion returns. He kind of slides the book with it. And he kind of puts the note next to him. So it's kind of having her being next to him as he reads the book throughout the night.
Otis, you got anything you're going to do before you head to bed?
Ritual cast Speak to Animals.
Okay.
And talk to Azarath.
Okay.
Is she in the room nearby?
Yeah, when you go to bed, she goes to the little nest to roost as well.
Okay, good.
So it's within distance.
Perfect. Okay. He just goes, "Hey, Wrath. Just want to say I'm sorry about this morning."
I'm sorry.
Well, you remember what happened to us before we got here?
Remember.
The situation with the house.
Situation.
We almost died and all.
We almost died.
And I kind of had a dream that reminded me of it.
Dream.
One of those night horses.
Night horse. Dream.
Yeah, well, almost burned to death again in my dream, but I woke up and I think I scared you, so I just wanted to tell you I'm sorry before I go to bed. And then Otis collapses and sleeps. He doesn't.
Doesn't even listen to see.
Well, then you don't hear as Azarath leaves the nest and comes and perches near your head on the pillow.
That's about right.
Copies back and says, "You dreamed. You wake up. Go to bed."
Yep, that's
And
about
then
right.
Kind of stand watch.
I love that bird. I ain't gonna lie. I love that bird.
All right. You go to bed.
Mm-hmm.
You wake up.
Okay.
None of you have had a dream this night. It is a brand new day. Kellen wakes up feeling substantially better. I don't know mentally how he's doing, but physically it's a lot better. We're going to start with Micah. The exhaustion is gone because you got
okay.
So start with Micah. Micah, you wake up and you can hear movement downstairs.
Oh, Micah will make his way down the stairs to see who it is.
It is your mom. Chancellor Rosani is making breakfast. She's got a more relaxed appearance. She's not like as uptight. This looks like kind of a normal morning, except that she's maybe even more relaxed. And she's just making breakfast for herself. She doesn't yet see you.
So he's going to slowly walk up to her, and for one of the few times ever, he just gives her a hug from behind and says, "Back, welcome back."
Oh my God. And she kneels down and she will actually pull you into a hug. I'm sorry I scared you. I wish I could make you breakfast. It was not my intention. I just, well, you know, if you are experiencing heightened emotions and you are substantially talented with magical abilities, it can be a bad mix. I just need to make sure that I could get myself under control, not kill your friend.
Oh, it is?
Yeah. Speaking of, maybe you should switch into another party, or maybe he should just not go here. I don't know what to do about it, to be honest. He snuck into our home.
Why?
I don't know. Micah, honestly, I was so angry. I mean, I left the campus. I needed that much distance.
Love it. Got right in their head, dog.
Otis gets expelled. Like, psychically. Psychically. Rosani just knows that someone is laughing somewhere.
She does like a wish spell to make him have the cold shoulder. Like no matter how much he yells or like waves his hands, no one in the school
one
can
ever notices him.
Like they just can't perceive him.
Yeah. I'm very concerned with this kind of behavior. Like it's maybe you should join a different group.
Who join? Who join?
Survey said.
Mike said bye.
Tell me Uber Eats showed up.
Wait, who recommend?
You recommended what?
New group? You recommend?
I don't know. I mean, honestly, I've been so busy this week. I haven't even properly gotten a chance to see anyone. But we could look at them all together. I tell you what. You spend today. I think tomorrow. Drogon's asked, and Zima has asked that y'all head out and get some potion ingredients and do some work for Elliot. I don't like the idea of you leaving with him, but take today, look around, see if there's a different party that maybe is more representative of like how we see the world. You know what I mean? Like you can't just go into someone's house. And like you can see, like she's starting to work herself back up to that anger.
Yeah.
And then she stops and is just like, I will not slaughter a child. I will not kill a child.
Permanent mental damage. I'm here for it.
He plays.
You know, it's not mental damage. It is like the war of like your real feelings versus the feelings you're allowed to have in a position of power.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Micah still struggles because of the fact that he just doesn't feel much emotions to begin with, at least for a long period of time. So he tries to relate by placing his hand on her shoulders. It says, "Calm."
Yes, no, I am perfectly calm. It's fine. I'm fine. I'm sorry I worried you. I know that Tiffany spoke to me and said that you were worried.
He kind of looks down with that. He says, "What did help share burden, hard, but glad."
Micah, the only burden I have is keeping this school running with students that are apparently willing to. No, I honestly don't even have the words for it right now. I am just. My burdens are not yours. I'm fine. It is okay. It is what I signed up to do, I guess. We're good. She kind of ruffles your hair. And then she will sit down at breakfast and invite you to join her, and she'll try and draw you into, like, you know, a little bit of a chat about, like, the book you're reading. Like, she's showing you a lot of attention and focus because she feels... you can tell. It's really obvious. She feels pretty guilty that she was just gone without a word yesterday.
Okay. Yeah, he definitely would enjoy it. There's definitely like brief moments of smiles before, of course, his emotions revert back to the same stoic space. But he's definitely enjoying every minute of it. So
After a while, she's like, "Well, I believe you have your offensive magics class. Don't want you to be late. Saskia will have both of our heads.
Sasuke!
he does.
See you later.
Bye.
Have a good day."
And he will walk his way out and look for the group.
The rest of y'all have woken up while Mike was having breakfast. Were you breakfasting as well?
Oh yeah, Otis will be first thing going to the food. Hopefully Azrath follows suit.
Let's see. Today's breakfast is like continental breakfast style. There's toast, there's eggs, there's bacon, there's beans, there's tomatoes, potatoes.
Otis is wolfing it all down indiscriminately.
Mary would have gone down for breakfast as well.
Helen has beaten all of them there and is eating one-handed while like messing with the lock objects in his other hand. And when he sees the two of them, he's just brightly like, "Oh, good morning. Good to see both of you."
Oh, I love it. Hey, do me a favor. Roll me a quick dex check without your proficiency.
Ooh. Is this for the box?
13.
Oh,
How much?
13.
Nice.
13. You're working on it a little bit. You're kind of looking at the tools that were given to you. You can see, as we talked about before, it looks like this is a box that is opened in stages. So you have to clear that first stage, which is like a central, it looks like a proper keyhole. And so as you're fiddling with it, you can kind of feel stuff moving around, and you're starting to get a clear idea. You're going to need to get the thieves' tools, and you're going to need to try to pick it properly. That is something that you've never done before. So you consider, maybe I can find somebody who can show me how to do it, or maybe it's just something that with trial and error I'll get it eventually. Any other breakfast commentary?
Would you say Otis and Mary came down together?
Yeah.
Okay. Well, then as soon as she sees Kellen and he just acts totally different, it's just like, is that the same guy that we live with?
Well, things have been going kind of crazy around here, so I don't know. Otis doesn't even whisper back. He just talks out loud.
Yeah.
Helen is like, "What are you whispering about? Oh, by the way, Otis, that and that are tasting the best this morning. I know you're very serious about your food. I've already pre-sampled everything."
Oh my god.
Hey, you're not so bad after all, Prince of Darkness. And then he starts eating what Kellen suggested.
Mary is just very confused.
Hey, Wrath, the Prince of Darkness knows good food.
No response from the bird.
No response. Oh man.
Yeah, Otis will probably, well, while he's talking with his mouth full, he just be like, hey, by the way, Rabbit. He said, thanks for checking up on me, because he's got a mouthful of food. So it comes out like, thanks for checking up on me.
It's no problem.
Otis continues eating.
All right, food happens, breakfast happens, clearing your place happens. You head over to the Offensive Magics arena where Saskia is there. She sits you down outside of the arena. So this is the first time that you haven't directly gone inside arena for a class. And like there's some like benches, like spectator seating sort of. So she sets you there, and then she's leaning kind of against where this dome is. I know that there's been some rumors that you're going to be sent out to do some real world things. My goal is to make sure that you don't die. So, okay. So, today we're going to talk about exactly how to mentally prepare for offensive magics so that you don't get taken off guard when it's your turn to act. So take a moment. I want you to think about what are your habits? What are the correct tools in your magical toolbox that you can use? And we will pick up this discussion after our break because I know somebody asked for a break. So we'll break here and then we'll have the actual discussion afterwards.
You got it.
Awesome. Well, lots of feels, lots of great times. I hope you all are enjoying it. If you'd like to talk about our content or talk about the characters, talk about the cast, perhaps do some fan art, you can join us at our Discord, which is actually currently in chat, where we have watch parties every weekend. We also have, of course, normally our latest projects is released there, and just have a great community overall. So we should be on break for about 10 minutes. So we look forward to see you all for the second half of episode 6 of Rivenwood Academy. See you soon. All right, we are back for the second half of episode 6 of Rivenwood Academy. Aaron, take it away.
So as Saskia sits you down here, kind of on these benches, she starts to talk to you about a number of different things. The first thing she talks about is, you are your habits. So you need to know what are you good at and be prepared to use it. A lot of young mages get overly ambitious with trying to master the universe's thaumaturgical field itself, and then when a situation becomes dire, they can't act because there's so many choices. So cantrips are magic that you have practiced over and over again until it becomes second nature. And your party is your party's habits. So if you're always leaving certain members open for attack, or one or two members are always doing melee, you have glaring weaknesses that will be exploited. So the first thing we're going to talk about today is, what are your individual habits? Where do you shine? What are your interests? Because you need to know not only what you are good at, but what the other members of your party are specialized in. Mr. Cullen, let's start with you.
Well, I personally really enjoy abjuration magic, and I have a bit of a knack for sort of like weird thing they call dunamancy, which is strange, but it's really
I do
fun.
not know what
So
that
I'd
is.
say. Wait, really?
She straight up tells you she does not know what dunamancy is.
Wow.
Fair enough.
Give me 1 minute, and then he starts to chant Gift of Alacrity.
Okay. Who are you casting Gift of Alacrity on?
Sake.
Ooh, interesting. Okay, so as you do that, go ahead and give me that flavor of what it looks like from the outside.
We've talked about like what it looks like after he's done casting it. I think as he is casting it, it probably looks like almost like you're trying to pull threads together into like a ball, and then he takes that ball and like throws it towards someone's like temple or nose, and then they start to get like a hazy purple after effect as they're moving, where it just like follows like a hazy purple after image.
So you see when you collect all of this, like at the first it doesn't look like anything, but she's watching you very intently because she believes you. And as you slowly keep pulling things up, this small bead of like purplish energy starts to form and gets a little bit bigger until it's about like pearl size. And as you throw it at her, you see an immediate reaction to defend. Like she's got a large shield that she immediately pulls up without thinking, and then has to force herself to drop in order to let the effect happen. But staring you dead in the eye, she lets it hit her, and as she does, she pulls up her hand and she sees that like blur after effect. Interesting. And this will let me.
You should feel like a little bit more prepared for something if, like, I don't know, like a weird student were to run in here to throw parchment, like, balls at you or something.
You see that she immediately starts looking for said weird student. Like she anticipates that she's actually going to be under attack. Her shield comes up. Her hand goes
You
back
better
to
frame that Dragonborn.
this. She's got a long sword that the hilt is this intricately carved, like, or not carved. It's shaped out of metal, weaved dragon that comes around, and then the cross guard is like the open mouth. And she immediately goes for it and lifts her shield, and she does notice that is a faster reaction than, I mean, she's got good reactions anyway, but it's a little bit sped up as she does so. Very interesting. It looks like it would come in quite handy, although it took you a minute to cast this.
Yeah, it's a little bit more of a, like, prepare yourself for later thing than it is like, oh, that's a dragon, which, speaking of dragons, I mean, that's a very cool sword that you have.
Thank you. It is. And then, like, she very slowly, like, takes it from where it's slung across her back and then turns it so the hilt is facing you. And then so the flat of the blade is in her palm, and she's holding it out to you.
And he grabs it like very gingerly, like you would like a piece of glass that someone was handing to you. And then he's like, wait a minute, I don't want to look like a wimp in front of Saskia. And then actually like that's when he grabs it tightly after that moment of realization. And he starts inspecting any like etching work on the blade. Is like what you'd be looking for first.
Okay, so you can see that, like I said, the hilt and the crossguard are very intricate metalworking. It looks like you can see the individual scales on this dragon form. The tail curves down around like the bottom and then back up. And then the crossguard is like that open mouth of the dragon, so the blade is coming out of the mouth. And then you do see it's very, very small, very faint. There are runes that line all the way down the center portion of this. They're very, very small. I'm not sure. You do not speak this language. You're aware it's written in a language.
Cool. Can you tell us what it does?
Well, and she kind of reaches out her hand to take it back.
He hands it right back.
Resheaths it. It is called the Dragon Slayer longsword for a reason.
Ooh.
Helen goes like, out of curiosity, have you used it before to slay a dragon?
I have very fortunately not made any enemies of dragons as of yet.
But there's a possibility that in the future.
Maybe they're pretty smart, so maybe they know you have a dragon slaying longsword and choose not to mess with you. Because if I were a dragon, that's what I would do.
Well, I would agree that reputation takes you very far.
I want dragon. I do what I want.
That does not surprise me, Mr. Rube. Mr.
Don't
Blitz.
call me that.
Mr. Blitz, you have a interesting gift towards this magic that I know nothing about. What kind of cantrips do you have on hand if you were in some sort of dangerous situation?
Well, I have the chill touch effect, which tends to be pretty good for things that can heal themselves. There's this weird plant we had one time at the village. Anyway, you don't care. I really like using this thing that I figured out recently that allows me to wreath my dagger in green fire. It's like really metal. But
Interesting. I would like to see that one.
I would like to show it to you. The thing is, I yesterday had the realization that maybe carrying a dagger around school was not something that the chancellor would want me to do, so it's in my room right now.
I give you permission to bring weapons to the offensive magic class.
Just like camera pan down to like Mimi's big ass rapier that's just like, everywhere.
It is quite interesting, though. Chill Touch is a spell that I use quite frequently to great benefit. It is very, very useful. I agree.
So, do you want me to go get the dagger now?
No, I don't think that's necessary. Miri, I do see your rapier. I assume that you are proficient with it.
Quite, yes.
And magically speaking, where does your competence lie?
Well, I think it's half from my sword, or rapier, as you called it. The other, I guess, could be cheering people up.
I see. I see. May I see your rapier?
Yes, be gentle with her.
I shall. And she picks it up like a normal freaking rapier. It doesn't seem to she's not holding it like glass like Kellen did, and kind of gives it a couple swishes and is looking at it. And this gives you power, and gives it back.
She'll take it back. Yes, it does. It's more like, my sword talks.
Interesting.
And we kind of have this, I guess, agreement.
Is this a family heirloom?
No, I found it.
A found sword?
Yes. I didn't steal it. I didn't do that. I found it, in a ruin.
Interesting. Interesting. Very well. Mr. Micah?
Micah pauses for a second, trying to think about the question. And suddenly, as he do so, his third eye starts to open. And as it starts to open, he can hear the clicking noise around him. You just hear. And then around the side appears like these boxes with an eye in the middle. And suddenly you just hear words like order, 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 order. And he looks at it. Order.
Order. What cantrips do you have?
Oh, he'll hold up his hands and a flame from a firebolt would appear. And like this. And then he switches over to his hands, the other hand, which first starts off with flames. It starts to initiate cold. It says this, but also, that's 2 words. But, also. And then he brings up the firebolt again, and then flame starts to go from fire to acid to poison. This.
Interesting. Very interesting. I've never seen so much potential in such a simple spell. Fascinating. Well, I assume that as you've gotten to know each other, you've had discussions about where your capabilities lie. If you were in some sort of danger, how can you approach it in such a way that you are benefiting each other and yourselves? You're making use of the terrain and range. I know that Modem has been putting you through your paces in terms of defense. But it is quite important that you know how to use the correct tool for the job. Wouldn't you agree, Mr. Otis?
Yeah, you need a little something for everything, you know?
And your particular brand of magics is?
I heal people, I burn things, and I like birds.
Burn things.
Otis does the same thing Micah did and produces a flame for a firebolt in one hand.
Mm-hmm.
And then he uses prestidigitation to create 3 other flames around him. You can do it up to 3 times in an instant.
Okay. Interesting. So it seems like your party is built mostly for range, which means that you need to be keeping your area of attention in a much wider space.
Well, I'm not afraid to beat somebody if that's what you're asking. And Otis takes his cane and casts a lily on it.
Excellent. But you have to remember, I don't believe any of the rest of you spoke of healing. If you are the healer for this party, it is paramount that you keep yourself safe. You cannot heal anyone else if you yourself are down.
That's what the birds are for.
Your birds operate when you are unconscious.
Oh, I didn't think about that.
It is something that I find many youngsters do not think about until they are down. Again, the best defense is a good offense. Just as the best offense is a good defense. You have to know, you measure the risk of big damage, but your priority should always be get you and your members out alive or to the next fight and have the ability to strike again. So you need to know when to cut your losses and also how to win. What are you willing to give up to it for it to happen?
Otis nods.
All right then. Let's see it in action. And she will go to the arena. She'll etch some stuff. You're going to be entering in. I'm not going to make you roll all of these things, but she's going to run you through several different exercises where she's like, okay, this round, only cantrips. Let's see if you can defend yourself against these kinds of things. This round, you go in and you're unaware of where the threat is, and you have to learn how to react to it. This round, everyone's targeting Otis, so you have to figure out how do you protect your healer so that they can heal you. And just runs you through several scenarios. And by the time it gets out, you are hot and sweaty as you exit the arena because you have been working so very hard. And she gives you a once over, and she's like, honestly, it's not bad. I feel a lot more comfortable with you going out into the world, given what I've seen so far. It will need refining, so don't go getting a big head, but well done.
Thank you.
Yeah, all right, get out of here. Go get your lunch.
Yep. It's about time.
and so Micah looks over at the group and said, he says, leave? Outside? When?
Otis is gone. He walking to the food.
Oh. And then Micah kind of looks around at the group, or with Saskia. I guess he will return back to Saskia for a second and says, outside? What's outside?
Well, as it's like she comes back, she was getting everything ready to close up and go to lunch herself, but she comes back to you and she's like, well, as you know, the Academy gives you quite a bit in terms of resources in order to pursue your different scholarly applications of them in classes. And so we frequently send out groups of students to collect items for potions or ingredients for component pouches. I believe I heard Rogan saying he was going to talk to you sometime today. And you'll spend the weekend getting some of the things that the school needs.
Never been outside. What's outside?
She puts a really heavy hand on your shoulder and just like, I mean, it almost drives you to her knees because like she forgets to pull it back.
Yeah.
You know? And she's like, well, oh, sorry there. It'll be fun. It'll be an adventure. Hopefully, it'll be fun.
Hopefully it'll be fun.
He nods and then starts to return with the rest of the group.
Off-topic question before I go, if you don't mind, Saskia. Do you happen to know how to utilize thieves' tools?
Saskia, let me double check. I don't think Saskia has it. But I think I can point you towards somebody who does. Let me double check.
I'd be getting my characters confused. I feel like Mary was supposed to have thieves' tools.
Oh, no, I tend to a much more of a brute force manner myself. I mean, short of going to that tinkerer, I don't know, you may just try to find someone from one of the other parties.
Okay.
Sorry.
That's all right. It feels like cheating to go to the Tinkerer since they're the one who gave me the assignment. It's kind of...
Well, should be a challenge then.
Yes, it is. Anyway, thank you for your time.
Goodbye, Mr. Blitz. And she stalks off, like, heading towards where you can see that Max and Mardum are finishing up their classes, and they're clearly going to go talk and go do something else. You go to lunch, I assume?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Today's lunch is stew.
Stew? What kind of stew?
like a vegetable beef with like good roast meat. Like there is a vegetarian option for the vegetarian students. That does not
It's
have
not that. I'm just making sure it's not rabbit stew.
No cannibalism allowed at the academy. It's a good mutton stew because like this is sheep herding territory.
Oof. He might be eating Nadine.
Oh no.
You don't know. We have to see.
Nadine isn't a sheep.
I thought Nadine was a sheep. Oh no, not Nadine. Ruth, the first one.
Oh.
Yeah.
Oh, Ruth. This is an entirely different conversation than eating Nadine.
Yeah.
Yeah, we don't want to see Nadine, man.
How's your fire phoenix stew, y'all?
Oh my god. Oh no.
It's a little spicy.
Yeah, just a little bit.
As you head to lunch, you do see
Can I make one note as we head to lunch?
absolutely.
Helen is going to fall behind as he begins asking random students if they know how to utilize thieves' tools.
Nice. Tell me, well, shoot, let me look up some people and see who you might talk to. As you're leaving, you do see this woman. She's human, so maybe that's why you approach her. She's wearing like fairly rugged clothing, like kind of like leathers. It looks very woodsy. And she's heading out with a group of people, but she's kind of a little bit further away. Near her is a tiefling and Eric. So they're walking from Maxitulians and they're heading in the same general direction as you are towards the
Helen will walk up and ask if any of them know how to utilize thieves' tools.
The Eric Hokra turns and looks at you and gives you like a once over. And it's like, what's up, man? Yeah, I know how to use thieves' tools. Narcus. And holds out a hand.
Narcus, are you serious, Aaron?
Narkus, Narcus.
Oh, I thought it was Narcus. I'm like narcotics. I'm watching you.
He would hold out a wing.
No, he's got wings off the back, and then he has hands as well.
Mm-hmm.
I've never seen Aarakocra like that. That's
This
terrifying.
is a Raven Aarakocra. It's roughly similar to mine and Adrian's game in terms of build. They're sweet.
Oh, don't let Otis see.
I'll send you a picture later because it's real cool.
Helen will take the hand and shake it, and he will say, well, if you would be willing to teach me how to utilize them properly, because I am horrendous at it, I would be happy to trade you a very uncommon spell.
An uncommon spell. I'm listening.
Give me a minute. In the sense of literally 60 seconds. And he begins like pulling these things together, recasting the spell, but this time on Narcus.
Whoa, man, that's trippy. And then just for fun, he like bamps out his wings to see like that After Effect image, like spreads them out really. Oh man, I could get used to that. Absolutely. I mean, I can't really teach you. It's kind of the thing that you learn, but I can show you.
Helen, I'm about to get in
kinda
with bed, kids.
Kind of like thinks about it for a second, and he's like, that seems good enough. Because he has a keen mind, and he's like, yeah, I'll get it.
Have you you had lunch yet?
Nope.
Come
You're
on.
skipping lunch again.
And so they head over, they grab like their stew or whatever, and then they head on the back passage behind the Arboretum to that secret door. And you hear the human woman, her name is Iana. She introduces herself, as does Pyrea, the tiefling.
Iana and Pyrea.
And like you hear Iana give the code word to open that gate without doing it. You do all of the necessary weird steps to not trigger any traps as you're out there, and then they go set up at that lookout point to eat like lunch out there. All right. What do you got?
Otis's face is in the bowl. Basically, he's wolfing down still.
If Miri sees Kellen leave, she gets a little sad. It's like, oh, he's not gonna eat with us.
Let him do what he wants.
I think maybe you might not notice initially, but you notice he's not there.
Oh,
Like
okay.
as everyone gets
Okay.
down, so you're like, wait, where'd Kellen go? So for lunch, Narcus will spend that time like showing you how to use like a pick and a rake, and will end up actually popping it open and then relocking
Wow.
it to make you do it yourself.
Oh, that's cruel.
So like he does it like twice in front of you. So he shows you how to hold it. You try it, it doesn't go so well. He does it in front of you again, and like it's giving you notes on like you need the proper tension here, you need to do it like this, and then relocks it and hands it back.
Cool. I'll remember that and keep practicing. So here's the thing. And he'll like list the place where he lives at. And he's like, the thing is, I'd be happy to give you my notes on the spell, but like I don't know if you'll really be able to understand it unless I help. I've never actually taught it to someone before.
I'm not really sure if this is like an insult or an accurate assessment of difficulties.
It's genuine ignorance. I mean, like, I've seriously never taught this spell to someone before.
All right. We can try something new. I tell you what, I'm not in any hurry. Sometime next week I'll drop by.
Sure.
All right then. It's a deal.
Much
And,
appreciated.
They sit and they talk. If you want to chat with Pyreariana, you can, but like they're just goofing around. They're talking about they just finished doing the miniaturized toad race. So they're talking about, oh shit, you saw like Sherrill got like absolutely trashed with that river. Like, wasn't it hilarious when given to our cast this? And you know, like they're chatting back and forth about what happened with their group.
He probably wouldn't speak to them too much since they're kind of like reliving a moment that he wasn't a part of, but he would definitely like answer any questions and kind of like listen to the stories and nod along.
Oh, hey man, I wanted to ask you, like, your party, what do y'all call yourselves? We had a little bit of an argument about what we called ourselves.
Oh, yeah. We had an argument about what we call ourselves too. It's kind of stupid. They decided Vorpal swords. I was against it, but I also got outvoted.
I don't know, man. That's kind of tight. Like, we're just, man, I don't even want to say it. We're just the Blackguard. Because, like, well, it doesn't matter. Like, one of our people, they got, like, this famous brother, whatever. Like, it doesn't matter what it is. But, like, I wish we had something like the Vorpal sword. At least that sounds, like, threatening.
I don't know. I mean, I feel like Blackguard kind of sounds threatening too, but...
Think so? Sick.
Yeah. Like, put it this way, right? I mean, like, if someone were to say the Vorpal sword's coming after you, you'd be like, oh no, right? But if someone were to say the Blackguard's coming after you, you'd be like, oh no. But also, what does that mean?
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah,
Vorpal
like
sword
a little bit
is
of
like...
mystery.
Yeah, like, I'm gonna cut your head off. Whereas Blackguard is like, what's that mean? You know?
Yeah, man. Yeah. You're absolutely right. Tell you what, good thing that we picked that name, right?
I'd say so.
Like, you've completely, like, he's swapped his stance on it based on you being like, nah, it's pretty cool. Like, he was the one that was, like, the most critical, and he's like, oh, no. We picked that name. It's tight. It's cool.
It, like, slowly dawns on Kellen that he's teaching one of his, like, special spells to probably one of the stoner kids, but he's just like, rolling with it. He seems very happy about the situation.
Yeah, and they're real chill. Like, you haven't really, I mean, you've seen them around, but you haven't really interacted with any of these people. So, like, it's interesting to get to know somebody who's not a member of your party and kind of get the vibe.
Yeah.
They're much more relaxed than, like, when you saw the sophomores, they were very, like, focused. You've had some rivalries in classes, but, like, These kids are just here to have fun and learn. Like,
Yeah.
there's no pressing shit in their lives.
I will say as well, he's definitely very into this and like trying as hard as he can to be sociable, because the player does not remember, but Kellen remembers being told to like go out and make friends at some point in time in the past couple days, like making connections with other students.
Yeah.
So
Yeah,
he's
yeah,
kind of
yeah.
leaning into that.
Nice. After lunch is over, you again have the afternoon for any sort of illusion work for your history magic class, or if you're finishing up enchantments or any other classwork you need to do. And later in the evening, Drogon is going to come find you. So it's kind of like where we'll end up.
Kellen does try to finish the enchantment, or at least continue working on it. I don't remember.
This is the third day. You can re-roll it. You do get to add your proficiency, and you have advantage.
Okay, let's try this again.
Let's go. Come on.
You know, I'm actually I'm gonna play it safe, and I'm gonna use an actual dice roller and not this die that's betrayed me.
It's been doing you pretty good in the beginning, man. I don't know.
That's why I'm afraid.
The betrayal always comes when you're not expecting it.
Yep.
Yeah. So that's a total of a 19.
That definitely does it. You now have a ring of light. It will do 30 feet bright light, an additional 30 feet dim when it activates. It'll have the same duration as the light cantrip.
Okay.
But you is the light cantrip an action?
Yes.
Yes.
With the ring, it's a bonus action.
Ooh.
Nice.
All right. Anything else anyone is accomplishing this afternoon?
Miri would like to attempt to look at her illusion stuff and then realize she doesn't know any illusion magic at all.
No, you don't.
She's not. She's like, I don't know. Close book and goes to like take a nap or something.
I love it.
Otis, Micah?
You want to go first, big dog?
Let's see. For Micah, I think he won't be doing too much actually today. He has his book that he has, the third series, which a lot of people don't know he's a huge fan of, So he's actually, now that his mom is back and things feels slowly back to normal, even though he is so contemplating about like his mom's words on needing to get new friends, because it was so hard for him just to get friends to begin with. He kind of like is intimidated of the idea of trying to get new ones. Like he's like, how could I even, I could barely talk. If people get sign language, maybe, or speak, even Draconic, he still would struggle speaking. So he's just tried to, while he does have that thought in the back of his head regarding perhaps getting a new party, he still is trying to focus mostly on this new book series. He's like, yes, it's finally here. So yeah, that's what he's doing for the night.
Yeah.
That's what he's doing for the night.
Awesome. Well, as afternoon turns to evening, Drogon does find all of you, presumably somewhere outside. You've been helping him out throughout the week, doing various like little tasks for him, so he'll call all of you over. I don't know if anyone has told you, but we're asking that y'all head on over to the Silver Lake Forest to pick up some supplies for potions and opponent patches.
Otis gets very excited. Oh yeah, by the way, what he did for the afternoon is he actually wrote in the notebook that Ardris gave him.
Ooh.
Aww.
Ooh.
Okay.
What did he write?
That's something y'all would have to find out.
I'm gonna break into Otis's room and look at that journal.
Do it, I dare you.
Teach him.
Well, tomorrow I'll ask y'all go into Cormac and you'll go find Elliot, and he'll get you sorted for anything you need. And then y'all can head over to the Silver Lake Forest. I got a list of about 4 different components that I'd appreciate if you could help out. There's a cabin over there, Waypoint Cabin. If you can, we just kind of use it as a place that people can stay. So if you head out early in the morning, like first light, you can probably get there mid-afternoon, spend the night there, and then it'll take about half a day to get back after you found whatever you're looking for. Any questions?
Yes. Is this a bring your dagger kind of job? Because Sasuke yelled at me for not bringing my dagger to offensive magic class, and I thought that was kind of unfair because it's offensive magic, not stabbing people.
Well, Galen, yes, it is a bring your dagger kind of thing. For one, if you find, some of the Solomon seal or the willow bark, you're probably going to need a dagger to collect it.
Solomon seal, willow bark. Okay.
So, wait, have you guys met Elliot yet?
Have I?
I don't think we have.
You have not.
Don't
Okay.
know. We have not.
Micah
We
shakes
have
his head.
not.
Who's that? Is that an animal?
My apologies. I forget that sometimes the first week is not so present. Now, Elliot is my husband. He lives in Cormac City proper. He handles most of the supplies for the Villaville and also fishing expeditions that are going out. So anytime you're being sent out of the school, we suggest you stop by and he can supply you up with various items you may need, and he may ask for you to pick up a few things while you're out.
Is he nice?
Well, I think so. I married him.
That don't mean squat. You take care of some mean plants.
You usually don't marry people that you don't think are nice people. Otis.
Otis gets very quiet when he hears that statement.
Speaking of Otis, after y'all get back,
What?
after the weekend, why don't you come over in the afternoon? We'll be starting our nature course, and I'd like to get to know your abilities a little better.
Otis perks up. Like, yeah, sure. I've been waiting for this.
Excellent. I'll see you directly after lunch, after the weekend. Don't bother me on the weekend.
Okay.
All right. Any other questions? Oh, I guess I should tell you what you're getting. When you head to Silver Lake, I'll give you a little hand-drawn map. It's not hard if you follow the path. You'll find the Waypoint Cabin, and then we've got 4 items we're asking for you to look for this week. Solomon seal, dandelion leaf, willow bark, and heart's thistle.
Dandelion
So just
leaf.
as much as you can carry, to be honest. It's the kind of thing that we can always use.
Okay. Just as much as we can carry.
So head out first light, and I'll see you when you get back.
Otis yells, freedom! We can do what we want.
I don't think that we can just do whatever we want. We're out to getting things for people.
Otis says, we're doing what we want, Rabbit.
No offense, Otis. I think you should be definitely allowed to make your own artistic expressions and be an individual and whatnot. But an academy for studying magic, which is kind of like a rule-following art form, is probably not the greatest place to rebel.
What if I want to do magic?
I mean, you can do whatever you want. I'm saying people are expecting us back. So, we could go another day out, and then we could, I don't know, what do you do for fun, Otis?
Otis really just sits up and stares back at you, and he goes, I really never gave that any thought. Yeah, that's all you're going to get out of him for that question.
Plans as you head to bed. Anything that you want to do? Well, in the morning, first light, you'll be heading out. But is there anything you need to accomplish tonight?
Probably. I'm assuming Ardris has like been with us, so like he'll just automatically come with us. But I like to think that he was sick, so Mary would be like cooking like a chicken noodle soup or something for him. Like, this will make you very much better, so you can come with us in the morning.
For sure. He's been kind of a walking, foggy, kind of zombie-ish kind of person, where he's like, no, I have to go to class.
Yeah.
But like, he's not getting anything from it. He's just there. Excellent. Well, you all head to bed. Oh, yes, Kellen.
Oh, Kellen goes over to his sheet of paper that said failures on it, which probably has about 6 or 7 tally marks at this point. And at the bottom of the page, he writes success, makes 1 tally mark, and goes to bed.
Oh,
Heck yeah.
Otis has a thing too. I love it. Otis would probably he'd write in his journal that Ardris gave him a little bit more. Then he'd ritual cast speak to animals and have another conversation with Azarath.
I don't know. Okay, sure.
Unless I don't have that time. But it's quick.
Yeah, take your time.
He'd just be like, hey, Wrath, I'm just letting you know that we're going to be leaving for, well, I don't know how long. You can come with us. You can stay here. I pretty much know you'll be safe here, but do what you want.
Do what you want.
And that would be about it. And then Otis would go to sleep.
Okay. Micah, anything from you?
Micah will probably, since this is his first time actually leaving the establishment, he realizes he doesn't know anything outside of this compound. Like, he stayed here his entire life. So I think what he's going to do is he's going to pull up a book of like maybe like an atlas of like a map and stuff, so he can understand like the surrounding environments, perhaps the wildlife that's around, what to expect, what not to expect. Because, you know, mama didn't raise no fool. He has to be as well trained as possible to be handling out this new environment. So he want to make sure he does it right. So he's going to be spending, you know, pretty much his waking hours just going over the lay of the land outside of the compound.
Very nice. So, yeah, Micah curls up with 2 good books now. One being a large atlas that's general areas. In fact, this is not something you got from the library. This is something that comes from Jen Sorzani's personal library. And it has little notes in the corner in her hand on various pages that are talking about, oh, this was here, this is there. Now, a lot of it isn't relevant to, like, the current state of affairs. There are notes from, like, time past. But it is interesting because you can see various places she's been in the area. And you get a good idea of kind of, well, if this is where Silver Lake Forest is, then this is probably where we'll head. And you spend your night looking at that.
Okay. Awesome.
As we all are asleep. Mary.
No time.
Good luck, fam.
You are warm, curled up in a ball in a dark cabin near a stove. And you're feeling very relaxed and drowsy, but then you hear this noise. And there's a door, and you know that you've been told not to open it, but you can't remember why. And you stand up and you kind of smooth out your feathers, and you're looking at the door. And eventually that curiosity takes over. And you open it. And as you open it, you see a malnourished and shivering young woman with pale skin that seems to almost be glowing from this faint light that's coming in an otherwise pitch black room. And you can hear Gravitus, your sword, say, interesting. And then you wake up.
Oh.
You wake up a little bit too early. It's like 5-ish in the morning. It's still pretty dark outside, like getting towards that dawn twilight kind of period. But you're not going to be able to go back to sleep.
Okay. Then Mary will definitely immediately go to Gravitus, sorry, and just be like, what do you mean interesting? You saw that, right?
And for the first time since you found this sword, you don't get any answer back. And that is where we're going to end today's episode.
Oh, curveballs begin. Wow, what an episode. I absolutely adored it. I hope you all enjoy it for once. Also, I would like to say thank you to Knights of Silver Moon for the raid. We didn't get the chance to say it, of course, during the session, but thank you so much. We definitely appreciate it. We gave it a shout out, but just in case you didn't get the chance to, please go ahead and give Knights of Silver Moon a follow. They also do D&D. I'll have the in there we go. Wait, did it show up? Nope, it did not. I would try it one more time. I think
I'm gonna do it manually, big dog. It ain't no thing.
Yeah, Silver Moon. There we go. Okay.
You got followers now, Knights. You can't do nothing about it.
So once again, thank you so much for the support. Of course, for those who are new here, we have a Discord. If you'd like to join our Discord, the link will be in chat below, where we actually have like watch party sessions. We watch My Hero Academia as well as Winter Soldier, a couple other shows, as well as new pieces of information is normally released in our Discord. It's a great community. We also have a D&D campaign that runs on Saturday. That's called It's Our World, which has many of the individuals listed here as a cast member, and a couple of other individuals who you don't see here. So once again, thank you so much, Knights of Silver Moon, for the raid, and we're going to see who we can be able to raid. I think Hunter's Entertainment is actually still live at the moment, so if that is the case, we would definitely like to give them a raid since they gave us a raid not too long ago.
For sure.
Yeah, so let me just double check that. Yep, they are currently playing at the moment. So let's go ahead and send love their way. So give me 1 second. If you have our subscriber, you should be able to put this in the chat. The cookout is here. Again, the cookout is our kind of like our environment. It's a warm environment where it's all accepting. We believe everybody should have a seat at the table. So we're going to go ahead and raid Hunter's Entertainment.
Sure don't cook at his own cookout though. Just saying.
Hey, I bring the soda, okay? I bring the soda. So once again, thank you all so much for the time and taking care and watching our content. And we look forward to see you all either this Saturday for It's Our World for our next episode or Rivenwood Academy episode 7. Take care for now. All right.
Wow, did they just
Oh,
go
they just went off.
Oh no.
Oh no.
I hope that's opening credits. No,
No.
that's ending credits.
No.
That's ending